What is up guys, my name is Curiosity and today I'm here to give you guys a bit of a helping hand. Today I'm going to show you 3 classes that I like to use to get around people that like to use the overpowered weapons in the game. There are a select few of them that stand out above all the rest and I want to try and give you guys some options when it comes to getting around them without having to use them. Before we start this video, I just want to quickly mention I'm going to be talking about some of the divisions in these classes and I'm assuming that these divisions are max level. That way you can use all 4 of the abilities underneath it and have the most efficiency coming out of these classes. These classes are going to be based around doing certain roles throughout the game. If you guys haven't got these leveled up all the way, that's fine. Just try and grind them out, and if you want to switch these out, go for it. But I would suggest staying with the divisions that I've got here for each class. So the first class we have here is an Airborne Rush class. Now, I'm going to be using the PPSH for this, and I don't think the PPSH is overpowered by any means. It is very unstable. Sometimes the gun can be very accurate, and sometimes the kick and the recoil can just be absolutely ridiculous. So, as much as this gun can absolutely tear through lobbies, at the same time, it is not very consistent, and it does lead to some very big flaws in my eyes. So, today we're going to be looking at the Rush class I've built for it. I have Quick Draw, Rapid Fire, and Advanced Rifling. This is essentially a class that allows you to get right up in front of someone with the fastest time to kill, but also allows you to have a little bit more leeway when it comes to your range. The 4-shot and the 5-shot kill range for SMGs is very small, and with ARs being so dominant at range, you want to have some sort of advantage trying to get closer to them. So being able to get just that tag closer and still do enough damage to 4-shot and even 5-shot kill people with these SMGs really does help, and it is noticeable in game. For basic training, we're going to be using Primed, which is pretty much a gimme. Everyone's going to be using Primed on nearly every class, I feel. This is essentially for the obvious reasons of reducing flinch and giving you an extra attachment. For secondaries, I've chosen the machine pistol as this thing is essentially a pocket SMG. I have Quick Draw on it so that way you can essentially switch to it when you're out of ammo in your clip for the PPSH. You essentially switch to the machine pistol and can continue firing. If you really wanted to, you could probably put extended mags on this, but I would think Quick Draw is the best option. That way you can immediately get back into the fight with as much accuracy as possible. And finally, for grenades, this is a toss-up between the frag grenade and the concussion grenade, but for me it's pretty obvious which one I would pick. I would go for the concussion as it has a higher blast radius, and it also is a little bit more effective when it comes to trying to find people in rooms. So for example, if you're rushing into the bunker on point to hawk, you can throw it into the bunker, have a feel for if anyone's in there. If you get a ping or a hit marker, great, you know someone's in there. You can try and adjust yourself and try and get ready for that gunfight. If nothing comes up, you can brace yourself again and just go in nice and easy without having to expect a gunfight anyway. So the next class we have here is a Infantry class using the STG-44, and this class is essentially designed to do half-half. It's meant to half rush, half sit back, and the reason we picked the STG for this is because it is one of the most underrated but one of the most consistent guns in the game, I feel. I've enjoyed using it every time that I've had it in my hands, and it just feels really consistent. I love the fact that I can be in long range engagements and still hit shot after shot after shot, but the fact that I can be really close up with the tight spray and just still hit again every shot or majority of my shots. We're going to be using Primed again on this class to try and help stack this STG a little bit more. And for attachments, we've got Quick Draw, Grip, Rapid Fire, and Advanced Rifling. It's kind of built the same way an SMG is, but we've added Quick Draw to try and make it a little bit easier to rush with. Again, if you wanted to take Rapid Fire off, that is a good idea, but for me, I would, if I had to change anything, I would take steady aim off and put extender mags. That way you're in the fight for a little bit longer, you're not reloading as much. But for me, that's exactly what I would pick. Again, for secondaries, I'm going to pick the machine pistol. As I said, pocket SMG, really reliable. And when you're in, a tight gunfight and you run out of bullets, quickly switch with Quick Draw on this thing and bang, straight back into the gunfight. And for a grenade, we're going to use a normal frag this time. Essentially, you're going to throw this into crowded areas without actually having to get in there. Maybe get a kill with it. If not, try and clear it out a little bit, stop people from getting in there. And for the final class here, we essentially have a head glitch class. This is essentially going to be your counter to bars, as I feel like this is essentially the only way you're going to be able to verse them from a distance, is to try and use head glitches against them and try and use something that's just as powerful, if not the same. But as I said, we're trying to avoid using those overpowered weapons. So I've picked to use the M1941, and I have found that this gun is almost laser-like without rapid fire on it. I feel like putting rapid fire on it does make it a little bit jittery. So I've decided to stack this thing using primed basic training, and we've got quick draw, grip, high caliber, and the reflex sight. Essentially, you're going to be sitting back, you're going to only be showing your head, and you're going to be trying to just pick people at range. You can kind of get a bit close with this gun, but it is more preferred to try and stay back and just pick people. You won't be doing most of the kills, but you'll be getting the more important kills. If you do want to get close and you want to be able to have some sort of advantage while in close quarters, I think the best thing for you to use here is a machine pistol with quick draw. As I said in the last two classes, this thing is essentially pocket SMG. It's the best thing to have in your pocket when you need it. Switch to it, you'll be easily ready to get back in the fight, and it will help in close range. It's not going to beat every SMG or every AR, but it's going to give them a good run for their money. And for the grenade, we're just going to leave a frag on it, as again, you'll essentially throw it long distances, try and get maybe a kill or try and feel out the map a bit with it. You're never really going to use it to try and push or try and use it to establish ground. You can if you really wanted to, but I essentially would just use it as a spawn, lob it into the map, try and find where most people are sitting, or if you get killed and you spawn close enough, maybe try and get the revenge kill and try and get back up in your head glitch position. So guys, these are the three classes I have picked. The one other thing I want to point out is that all three of these guns can be unlocked at a very low level, so you will have these guns no matter what. You'll have to maybe play a couple games to unlock a few of them, but you'll have the M19 pretty much ready to go. You'll have the PPSH after a couple games, and you'll have the STG after a couple games. You will have these guns for the majority of your time in multiplayer, which is essentially why I picked these three here. Now, I said at the start of the game that this is in the current version of Call of Duty World War II, and these could change drastically. The PPSH could get a massive buff or a massive nerf. The STG could get a massive nerf, which is what I'm kind of expecting. Same with the M19, I'm expecting that to get a little bit of a nerf, so a little bit more inaccuracy. These classes could change, but for now, these are the classes that I'm enjoying. These are the classes that I'm finding are very successful, and the most important thing is that they beat a lot of bar users and a lot of FG users. So I find these are very effective against some of the OP weapons in the game. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more helpful tips like this, let me know down in the comments below. I really do like making these types of videos. I've made one zombies tutorial about a year ago, and that blew up and I loved doing it. So if you guys want to see more tutorials and you want to see more little tips and tricks, let me know down in the comments below and leave a like on this video to show some support. Don't forget to check out the description as always for social media links, the music used in the background of this video, and some more awesome content creators. And I will see you guys in the next one.
Super size, super tall and super wide. Pyramid is super size, super tall and super wide. Pyramid is super size, super tall and super wide. Pyramid is super size.